Our next function is parse and execute text to call. This function passes text-based to calls from the model's response, executes them, and updates the conversation history. It's used when the model outputs to calls as plain text instead of as structured format. We define this function with 4 parameters: content, the model's text response, messages, the conversation history, working directory, where file operations happens, and verbose, optional flag for detailed output, defaults to false. First, we strip white space from the content using strip to clean up the input. We use a regex pattern to search for to-call syntax in the text. The pattern looks for a JSON-like structure containing a name field, the function name, and arguments field, the function parameters. This regex extracts both the function name and its arguments as separate groups. If a match is found, we proceed with executing the to-call. We extract the function name from the first capture group of our regex match. We attempt to parse the argument string as JSON. If parsing fails, for example invalid JSON, we catch the JSON decode error and defaults to an empty dictionary, preventing the function from crashing on malformed arguments. We print a message indicating which function is being called. If verbose mode is enabled, we print the function arguments for debugging purposes. We call call2 function with the extracted function name, passed arguments, working directory, and verbose flag. This actually executes the function. If the verbose mode is enabled, here, this piece of code, we print the result, print. If the result is longer than 200 characters, we truncate it and add an ellipsis to keep the output manageable. We append the two messages to the conversation history. 1, 2. First, we add the assistance message containing the original content, the to-call text. Then, we add a user message containing the to result and a reminder to respond in English. Return true to indicate that a to-call was found and executed. If no to-call pattern was found in the content, we print final response, followed by the content itself, treating it as the model's final answer. We return false to indicate no to was called. Our next function is handle structured to calls. This function handles structured to calls from models that support native to calling format. Unlike the text-based parser, this works with properly formatted to call objects from the API response. We define handle structured to calls with 4 parameters. Message, the assistance message object containing structured to calls. Messages, our conversation history, working directory, where file operations happen, and verbose, optional flag for detailed output, defaults to false. First, we append the assistance message to the conversation history. This preserves the model's response with its to-call request. We loop to each toCall in message toCalls. The model can request multiple function calls in a single response, so we process them one by one. For each toCall, we extract the function name from toCall.function.name. This is the name of the function the model wants to execute. We pass the argument string as a JSON using JSON load. The argument came as a JSON string, so we convert it to a Python dictionary for use in the function call. We print a message indicating which function is being called. If verbose mode is enabled, we print the function arguments for debugging purposes. We call callTool function with extracted function name, passed arguments, working directory, and verbose flag. This executes the actual function. If verbose mode is enabled, we print the results. If the results exceeds 200 characters, we truncate it and keep the output readable. We append a tool message to the conversation history. This message has the role to include the toCall ID to link it to the original request, and contains the result as a string. This tells the model what happened when the function was executed. We append a user message with a reminder to respond in English only. This ensures the model continues the conversation in the correct language. This function doesn't return a value, it modifies the message list in place, updates the conversation history with all toCall results. Next, we have to create a new function or a new file called prompt.py. And here we have to insert our new function, getSystemPrompt. This function centralizes the agent's instructions, making it easier to modify the agent's behavior by changing the prompt template. The working directory is injected dynamically, so the same prompt works for different project locations. The function returns an f-string containing the complete system prompt. The f-string allows us to inject the working directory into a prompt dynamically. The prompt starts by defining the agent's role. You are an AI coding agent. Your job is to fix bugs, not explaining them. This sets the expectation that the agent should take action, not just describe problems. There is a strict language rule. English only. The prompt emphasizes that all responses must be in English, with no exceptions. This prevents the model from switching to other languages. Next, we have Critical Rules section with 5 rules. Don't explain. Use write file to actually fix the code. Rule number 1. Rule number 2. When writing files, include the complete file content, all functions and methods. Don't truncate or simplify code. Copy the entire file and only change the buggy line. Rule number 3. And rule number 4. Never give a final response until the code is fixed and tested successfully. And rule number 5. Stop immediately after the test passes. When run Python file function shows correct output, give a final response and stop.